Every man needs a routine. This is today's topic for my 5 minutes of public yapping. But, let's get into this. Every person in this world should have a routine. There are so many benefits that come to having a routine. Structure, accuracy, ensuring that you can hit all the things that you need to get done in a day, and inspiration. Those are the three main points. When you have a routine, you're committing towards something. You're committing towards a goal, a future lifestyle, whatever it is. You're committing to it by doing these actions every single day. And it's a constant reminder of what you're aiming for. So every day you wake up, you check off your list, you do what you need to do, and it will bring you closer to this ideal vision or version of yourself. And staying within this routine and this set of rules will keep you from going off on these wrong paths. You want to stay most aligned with the future version of yourself, which means to stick to this routine. And what do you even put in a routine, right? What should my routine be, I mean, what you first got to do is you got to sit with yourself for a while. You got to figure out who you want to be. Who do you want to be in the next 5, 10 years, 20, who knows, right? But you can start today. You can write out all the things that you want in your future life, and then figure out what you need to do to get there. And once you know what you need to do to get there, you're going to write down all the action steps that you need to do. So for me, for example, part of my routine is I work out. I'm a fitness coach. So I work out every day, 7 days a week. All right. And I have this checklist of things I do. Like I have mental training, I have physical training, and then I have business training, business tasks. I have sets of things that I have to do every single day. Check-ins, calls, outreaches, videos, commenting, whatever it is, right? I just have this checklist that I just kind of go through, all these things written down. Anyways, it doesn't matter as long as those things get you to where you want to go. If you know that each action is going to add up, then it is worth it to make a routine. And then the worst part, just kidding, it's actually the best part, is every once in a while, maybe every 3-month check mark, you look at the routine, you see if it's actually getting you where you want to go. If it is, keep going. If part of your routine's working, part of it's not, switch it up. If none of it's working, scrap it, start over, maybe do some research, back to the drawing board, come up with some ideas and some plans. And it doesn't need to be big, doesn't need to be small. It's just tailored to your goal. If you have a few hours you can put towards something, that's going to get you pretty far in years' time, maybe even months' time, depending on what you're doing. For example, I like to set mine up within a 2-year-ish time span. And I have my list, I think it has anywhere between 16 to 18. I found an app that I like to use. I just put everything in the app, so it's kind of complicated. But I programmed my routine into an app essentially. So it's all there. And I look at it every day, first thing in the morning. What do I have to do today? And everything's dialed in there. It's different, changes every day, but it leads me in the direction that I want to go. And that's what's great about it. I won't forget anything because I have to manually check off every single thing every day. And it's awesome. And then, yeah. Also, one more thing I want to touch on, right? Everyone can create a routine that can get them from point A to point B. But that doesn't mean you have what it takes to follow that routine every single day, stay on track to get to point B. You need discipline, you need strong habits, you need willpower, you need all these things, right? But to establish the habit, the best piece of advice I can give you is to lower the barrier of entry. Realistically, you're not going to be able to hit every single thing every single day. Things happen, life happens, you get busy. But if your goal is important to you, important enough for you, you will make time. You will figure it out. but you just need it to be a habit. So to make something a habit, make it low barrier to entry, and that's how you're going to enter, right? So for example, what I mean by this is for a lot of beginners, I find they have trouble with commitment. So low barrier of entry would be, for example, let's say you want to start exercising. Low barrier of entry would be, I'm going to do 10 push-ups today, and then I'm going to do 10 sit-ups. That's my exercise routine. But there's a but, right? You have to do this no matter what. You do the 10 push-ups, you do the 10 sit-ups, you're doing that. You're doing that 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever it is, right? That's low barrier to entry. You can do that. It'll take you 2 minutes. It'll be easy, right? That's what you have to do. So you do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But you have a second half of the workout. Maybe it's like some squats, some calisthenics, some few other exercises, right? You committed to doing those 2 every single day. But since you're already doing those exercises, you just finished your sit-ups, which was your second exercise, might as well just finish the rest because you're already there. That is lowering the barrier of entry. So when you make your routine, keep the barriers of entry low. Don't make it seem like you're in some like anime or TV show, where you're grinding, hustling for 8 hours on top of your job and whatnot you're trying to do. Lower the barrier of entry, and if you can impress yourself, go for it. What this does is it actually removes the negative perception that comes if you for some reason you cannot continue anymore. And you did your push-ups, you did your sit-ups, and you're just so tired you don't continue, you're not going to feel bad about it. You're still going to think of your routine as a good experience. And there's some quote that, I don't even think it's a quote, but rewarded behaviors in your brain, like things that you enjoy that are rewarded, that are positive, they're going to be repeated. And what this routine does is, since you don't have to go that full way, if you have a bad day, then you're still rewarded. So you're not going to create this negative perception of what you should be doing because you just didn't impress yourself today. I mean, you did great, you did fine. There's nothing bad, there's nothing wrong, right? And then you just feel better about your routine and yourself and your positivity, and it doesn't take you down a negative spiral. So yeah, I think that's a great place to end off.